Well, there is growing concern over a potential rail strike at Canada's two main railways, Canadian National Railway and Canadian Pacific Kansas City. Business leaders and politicians are sounding the alarm with only 8 days left to avoid a disruption to the Canadian economy. Some shipments have already been halted. CTV's Mason DePatie is standing by with more for us this morning. Mason, what's the latest on the negotiations?
Well, Marcia, like you said, that potential lockout is coming fast for the August 22nd deadline. And in preparation of that, both of Canada's national rail lines are stopping the shipment of some hazardous goods from the U.S. just to ensure they don't get stranded on the tracks if there is a work stoppage. Now, we don't have an exact list of what that embargo entails, but the companies say the list will be growing in the coming week. That includes things like poisonous substances or explosive materials. An example of that is chlorine to disinfect drinking water or ammonia for fertilizer. This labor disputes over the scheduling and wages of 9,300 conductors, engineers, and railroad workers. Their negotiations between the rail lines and the union representing the workers have been ongoing for months, but clearly not a lot of progress has been made. This latest lockout threat comes after a decision from the Canada Industrial Relations Board deeming rail service not essential under the Canada Labour Code. It has a very specific definition of what essential is. And Marcia, that means by law, the rail companies don't need to ensure the trains keep moving, which is why they can issue that lockout threat.
Okay. What could be the impact here, Mason?
Well, it would be a large one if there's a service disruption. The rail lines are responsible for moving millions of tons of goods across Canada and helping get them to international markets. Already in Western Canada, we're seeing companies speaking out like potash mines in Saskatchewan or pea growers here in Alberta. It's also getting the Calgary Chamber of Commerce and Alberta Business Council to sound the alarm. They say rail disruption would extensively impact agriculture, energy, construction, and manufacturing. The Business Council, which represents about 150 businesses here in Alberta, is calling for the federal government to step in. So, Marcia, we're certainly seeing some worry as we tick down to that August 22nd deadline.
Mason, thank you for that update. CTV's Mason DePatie.